If you've saved $1 million or more for retirement, one wrong move can cost you six figures, and it can do it fast. Today we're answering two questions that strike right at that risk: how to use low income year for a smart Roth conversion, and how to choose the right investments inside of your retirement accounts. All of that today on the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show.
It's the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show.
Howdy Neighbor, I'm Michael Andrews with Andrews Insurance and Advisory, and this is the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show. If you're in your 60s and you've built a real nest egg, 7 figures or close to it, every decision you make now matters. A tax mistake can cost you more in 1 year than you saved in an entire decade. Choosing the wrong investments can drag down your returns for the rest of your life, and today's questions from Derek and Gerald get right into the heart of that. So let's jump right in. Our first question this week comes from Derek, who sent me an email that says, "Hey Michael, I sold a company in 2025, and for 2026, my wife and I will basically show no taxable income. We'll be living off savings that year. My thought was, isn't that the perfect time to convert our traditional IRAs to Roth IRAs and just pay taxes on the conversion, since that would be our only income? In the future years, we will be back over 100,000 again. Am I missing anything?" Derek, first off, thank you for the question, and you are spotting something that most people never recognize. A year with almost no taxable income is what we like to call a gap year. And for Roth conversions, this is one of the single best opportunities that you will ever get. Because here is the simple truth. The worst time to convert IRA money to a Roth is when your income is high. The best time is the 1 year where your income literally drops off of a cliff. A year with no wages, no Social Security, no mandatory IRA withdrawals, no side income pushing you into higher brackets. That is a tax planning paradise. Now, is this automatically the green light? For most people, yes, but there are a few things that you absolutely must watch out for. Number one, staying within the right tax bracket. The whole point is to convert cheaply. You want to fill a tax bracket up completely. You don't want to blast through out of the top of it and accidentally pay more than you have to. Number two is healthcare considerations. So if you are on an ACA marketplace plan, or if you're in Medicare, a Roth conversion counts as income. So if you end up converting too much, you could accidentally wipe out your subsidy and owe thousands in taxes, or it could bump you up into another bracket for IRMA, which would increase your Part B and Part D premiums. Number three would be future tax savings. A Roth conversion today can save you a lot of money later. No taxes on future withdrawals, no taxable RMDs, lower income in retirement, and more flexibility with Social Security and Medicare thresholds. For someone with a 7-figure nest egg, this isn't just a strategy, it is having absolute control. But let me say the one thing people in your situation are afraid to admit. Michael, I don't want to mess this up and regret it. And that is completely valid because yes, when people attempt big Roth conversions without guidance, they sometimes trigger 5-figure tax bills that they didn't mean to do. And before we move on, let me say this one real quick thing. If you're listening to the show right now and you think that you may have a low income year coming up, or you're just not sure how this applies to you, please don't try to guess your way through this. This is one of those planning moments where a little guidance can save you a lot of money. So if you want me to take a look at this and walk you through the numbers, just give me a call or text me at 918-842-7379. Derek, you're not missing much at all. You're actually paying attention to something that most people overlook. A low income year may be the most valuable tax planning window of your entire retirement. Just coordinate it carefully and it can set you up for decades of tax-free income. Okay, on to our second question this week, and this one comes from Gerald, who emailed me and said, "Hey Michael, I've got money sitting in a Fidelity account that I'm managing myself. I'm trying to figure out what I should be invested in. Is there an easy way to know whether I should be using ETFs, mutual funds, or something else? And does it really make a difference which one I pick?" Gerald, thank you for the question. And yes, it absolutely matters. And if you've spent a lifetime saving and your nest egg is finally setting close to that 7-figure range, the investments you choose inside your retirement accounts could be the difference between growing confidently or watching your returns quietly drip away for the next 20 years. So we're going to break this down in a real simple, real-world way. When we talk about mutual funds versus ETFs, we're not talking about two completely different universes. We're really talking about how the investments are built and how efficiently that they are managed. Here's the part that most people never hear. ETFs tend to be more tax efficient and more cost efficient. Inside a retirement account like an IRA, you don't get the tax advantage. Everything in there is tax deferred anyway. But you still get the benefit of the lower internal cost, and that absolutely matters. Because when you have $500,000, $1 million, or $2 million invested, even a small difference in internal cost compounds over time. Cheaper does not always mean better in this situation. Expensive funds rarely justify their cost. Then there's this fear that I hear from people all the time. Hey Michael, what if I pick the wrong one? And listen, that is a fair concern. Because yes, some funds take on more risk than people realize. Some overlap with each other. Some underperform their benchmark year after year. And no one ever notices this because they're buried deep in the statements. So to simplify it, if you want something easy to manage, that's diversified and efficient, a broad market ETF is a very, very strong starting point. You can build a complete portfolio with just a few of them. But if you want automatic rebalancing or a portfolio that adjusts itself as you age, a target date fund or a professionally managed model may make more sense. The key is this. The bigger that your nest egg is, the more every percentage point matters. To give you an example, a 1% drag on a $2 million portfolio is $20,000 a year. And that compounds against you every single year in retirement. So Gerald, yes, it makes a difference. The investments you choose inside those accounts are not all the same, and choosing the right structure can help your money last longer, grow more consistently, and carry a lot less stress. So today we looked at two questions that hit right at the heart of retirement planning. Derek showed us how a powerful low-income gap year can be when you're thinking about your Roth conversions, and how the right strategy can save you thousands in taxes over your lifetime. And then Gerald reminded us that investments that you choose inside of your retirement accounts really do matter, especially when you spent a lifetime building a nest egg you can't afford to gamble with. So if you've got a question that you would like me to tackle on the show, shoot me an email at michael@andrewsadv.com. I literally read every single one of them, and I just might answer yours on a future episode. You've worked hard to build your retirement, and you do not have to make these decisions alone. If you want a second opinion on your retirement plan, well, I'm here to help. It doesn't cost anything for me to take a look, but not letting me, man, it could cost you thousands. So, if you're ready to take this relationship to the next level, you can call or text me at 918-842-7379 or head on over to andrewsadv.com and click on my calendar to schedule a time that works for you. And don't forget, the full replay of today's episode drops every Tuesday evening on the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show Facebook page and on the YouTube channel. Give it a like, leave a comment, and share it with a friend who could use some good, friendly, neighborly advice. Thanks again for listening, and we will see you next week right here on the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show. Thanks.
It's the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show, helping you plan so your money will grow. No need to worry, we'll make it clear. Medicare and retirement right here.
A lot of people are saying the Howdy Neighbor Retirement Show is the most amazing show, and the ratings frankly proven.